At 38, most players would already be at home enjoying their fortune. But Michael Jordan chose to risk his legacy and return to the court wearing the iconic number 23 once again. 6 years earlier, he had returned with the legendary words, "I'm back." But this time there seemed to be a hint of hesitation. When he announced his comeback, he told the world that life never guarantees success. But he was never afraid of a challenge. What followed was the ruthless challenge of time itself. Wearing the jersey of the Washington Wizards, Jordan faced the reality of age when his historic streak of 866 consecutive games, scoring in double digits, finally came to an end. After the game, Jordan even joked with the coach, asking, "Do you think I can still play basketball?" And the coach quickly reassured him, saying, "Of course you can. You're Michael Jordan." Just 2 days later, against the Charlotte Hornets, Jordan looked like he had turned back time, delivering an incredible performance and dropping 51 points, reminding the world once again why he was the greatest. Some people doubted him in big moments, but behind that reputation is a story of resilience and growth. This is James Harden, a player who rose from being a bench role in Oklahoma City to becoming the core of a team in Houston, and one of the most dominant scorers of his era. In 2021, he formed a powerful trio with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And together they looked unstoppable, finishing near the top and entering the playoffs with high expectations. But during a crucial series, injuries changed everything. And despite physical setbacks, he still chose to return and compete, showing determination. Even in difficult moments, that season ended in disappointment. But it also showed his commitment to the game long before that. He grew up in a tough environment where nothing came easy. He trained every day, working on his feet, shot again and again, believing he could reach the highest level. Eventually, he was drafted and developed into a key player before games and delivered incredible scoring performances, including unforgettable games against the strongest teams in the league. Later in his career, he faced new challenges, adapting to different teams and roles. But instead of chasing personal achievements, he began focusing more on team success, adjusting his style and making sacrifices. His journey may not be defined by a championship, but it is defined by perseverance, growth, and passion. From humble beginnings to the global stage, he proved that dedication can take you further than anyone expects. How long can this man keep playing? From 30 to 35, from 37 to 40, he never stopped and became an unsolved equation in the history of the National Basketball Association. And no one truly knows the answer. LeBron James was born in 1984 in Akron, Ohio. His father left early, and his mother raised him alone with very little income. During his childhood, he moved 12 times, but he never gave up his dream. At the age of 3, his mother gave him a basketball, and that moment lit the first light of his life. Few people could imagine that this child would one day become the chosen one, admired by millions. Because of his difficult upbringing, LeBron matured much earlier than other children and always understood his mother's struggles. In high school, he was already a national sensation, and in the 2003 draft, he was selected first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers, becoming the most anticipated high school player ever. Throughout his career, doubts never disappeared, but every time he answered them on the court. When critics questioned his decision to join the Miami Heat, he responded with championships and dominance. And in 2016, he led the Cavaliers to an incredible comeback against the Golden State Warriors to win the championship. Off the court, he also became a role model, investing millions to support education for children in his hometown. After more than 2 decades, he has broken countless records, including over 40,000 career points, proving that his story is not just about basketball, but about perseverance, legacy, and a legend that is still being written. This man's life sounds incredibly miserable. He dropped out of high school early and has been doing hard physical work for more than 20 years. His wife never works. His mother spends her days playing mahjong, and he still has 3 kids to support. Life has been so tight that even the pork we eat every day he hasn't tasted for more than 10 years. And the family can only enjoy a decent meal once a week. He finally bought a phone, but mostly just uses it to check the time, and when he wants to watch videos, he has to look for free Wi-Fi. At an age when most people should already be retired, his 2 sons are starting to date, which means 2 houses, 2 cars, and expensive weddings in the future, making the already difficult life even harder. Under this huge pressure, LeBron had no choice but to keep working overtime this year by playing in the Olympics again. And somehow he accidentally won the Olympic basketball MVP. This also became the 13th MVP trophy of his career, including 4 NBA regular season MVPs, 4 finals, MVPs, 3 All-Star Game, MVPs, 1 NBA Cup MVP, and 1 Olympic MVP. At 41 years old, he is still fighting this hard. So what excuse do we have not to work harder? The NBA has many beautiful jump shots, but whose shot is the most unstoppable? In the NBA, every superstar has a signature jump shot that fans will never forget. Some people love the iconic fadeaway of Kobe Bryant, a cold-blooded scorer who turned every tough shot into pure art. Others admire the deep 3-pointers of Stephen Curry, who often turns around to celebrate before the ball even drops through the net. Some prefer the calm control and mid-range mastery of Chris Paul, the floor general, who always seems to to control the rhythm of the entire game. Then there is the legendary fadeaway of Michael Jordan, a shot that became the symbol of basketball greatness. Modern stars also shine with incredible scoring ability like Kevin Durant, whose high-release jumper is almost impossible to block, and Devin Booker, a scoring machine, capable of dropping huge numbers in a single night. And of course, the creativity and ball handling of Kyrie Irving makes every shot look like a piece of basketball art. So whose jump shot do you think is the most beautiful in NBA history? Some fans criticized him and doubted his strength, but few people truly understand the emotional story behind his journey. Joel Embiid was born in Cameroon in 1994, and as a child he loved soccer and volleyball. His happiest moments were spent playing games with his younger brother, dreaming about the future at 16. He attended a basketball camp where his talent began to show, and soon he decided to move to the United States to chase his dream. Before leaving, he promised his brother that one day he would make it to the NBA and bring him there with him. His brother supported him quietly, even saving money to collect videos of Kobe Bryant. Knowing how much he admired him after arriving in the U.S., Embiid improved quickly and gained attention from scouts despite injuries. He was still drafted early and began his professional journey while planning to reunite with his family. But just as things seemed to be moving in a positive direction, tragedy struck. His younger brother passed away in an accident on the way home from school. The news deeply affected him, and when he returned home and saw what his brother had prepared for him, he was overwhelmed with emotion for a long time. He struggled with the loss, but eventually he chose to continue playing, carrying that memory with him. And and dedicating his effort to something greater in the playoffs. He fought hard to reach new heights, but came up just short in a heartbreaking moment after the game. He showed his emotions openly, which some misunderstood, but behind that moment was a story of love, loss, and determination later, when he received his MVP AW. He once again spoke about his brother, showing how much that bond still meant to him years later when he became a father. He named his son after his brother, keeping that memory alive. This is not just a story about basketball, but about family resilience and the strength to keep moving forward. Before you came, we were already champions. People called Kevin Durant a traitor to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But maybe when he said, "Mom, you are the real MVP, the most misunderstood boy in the National Basketball Association," finally found peace. Durant grew up in a broken family. When he was only 1 year old, his father left, and his mother had to work multiple jobs just to raise him and his brother. Life was hard, but she still saved every dollar to support Durant's basketball dream. At 11, he led his team to a national championship in high school. He became one of the top players in the country, and in 2007 he was selected second overall by the Thunder. But from that moment, people kept calling him number 2. Durant never wanted to be second. He finished second in MVP voting multiple times, and even after reaching the final, he still fell short. Then, in 2016, the Thunder blew a 3-1 lead, and everything changed. After 9 years, Durant left Oklahoma City and joined the Golden State Warriors. The boos and insults followed him everywhere. But Durant answered with championships, winning 2 titles and 2 finals MVPs. Later, he joined the Brooklyn Nets, and in the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks, his teammates were injured, but Durant carried the team alone, scoring 49 points in one game and 48 in another. In the final seconds, he hit a legendary shot that almost changed everything. Kevin Durant has always been misunderstood, but like the Grim Reaper on the court, he keeps moving forward no matter what. The world says. Many people often ask why LeBron James has so many critics. Early in his career, before he had truly achieved greatness, he already called himself the King, and even tattooed the word "Chosen One" on his body. Michael Jordan became the god of basketball because fans gave him that title, and Kobe Bryant became the Black Mamba because people recognized his mentality, but LeBron crowned himself, which made many people feel he was trying too hard to prove something. In the past, when legends faced failure, they chose revenge through hard work. Jordan was destroyed by the Detroit Pistons and went back to train harder until he came back and beat them. Kobe lost to the Celtics in 2008 and spent the next 2 years fighting until he won the championship back. Those rivalries became part of NBA history. But LeBron